Here's Donald Trump absolutely eviscerating the governor of Maine. This is one of the best things you're going to see today.
The NCAA has complied immediately, by the way. That's good. But I understand Maine. Is Maine here, the governor of Maine? Well, are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
We are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics.
Guys, am I the only person who thinks that we shouldn't really have trans people? I mean, is it not just an abomination against God? Stephen King, the famous author, doesn't agree with me, obviously. So he's saying, Governor Janet Mills to Trump, see you in court, makes me proud to be a Maine man. Thank you, Governor, for standing up to the bully. Molly shares my sentiment and many others. I know creepy is your thing, but super creepy to cheer on the destruction of women's sports and other women's spaces. But guys, it gets a little bit darker, or a lot darker in my opinion. So turns out Janet Mills is a fella, just a bloke in a dress. Shock horror. So here's Trump talking about that.
President Trump referred to Governor Mills as he or him at least 6 times in that call.
Whatever is going on with him, radical left governor, he's announced the plan already. He wants to resettle 75,000 migrants into Maine. That's only because they told him to do so. He's weak and ineffective. And they told him to do so, and he's saying, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, I will do it.
How good is it just to, after all of these years, to see these demons get called out for what they are? On a sad note, so 80 Christians have been beheaded in the Congo. 80 Christians, including children, beheaded in a church by Islamists. It can't get much worse than this. Here's Glenn Beck talking about it.
A church in the Congo, 70 Christians were beheaded in their church, where Muslim terrorists said, as they did in the 12th century, convert or die. Sorry, but the West is superior to that nightmare. Islamic countries hundreds of years ago did give us algebra and the zero. But what have you done for us lately other than return children hostages back home in coffins? Enough is enough. We all want common sense back, not some bureaucratic's blueprint that for years they even denied was even a thing. Trump's proving you can push back and win. Over there, they're one spark away from a reckoning. Ignore that roll at your peril, EU.
So that's 70 Christians beheaded by Islamists in the Congo, and not a single story in the mainstream media. God bless them, pray for their families. That is going to happen in Europe. Make no mistake, that is coming. We have massive immigration issues, and the liberal elites, the luxury belief class, are not doing anything about it and pretending that it's not an issue, when I think they know it's an issue, but they want to see Europe burn. Here's Matt Goodwin talking about how immigration is the new Brexit.
My theory of British politics here is that the voter backlash to mass immigration is going to be the new Brexit. This is going to be a major fault line in our politics. And the Tories, the status-conscious Tories, and you're right, Jordan, because they are more interested in winning social status from London liberals, from the luxury belief class, from what Rob Henderson and others have talked about. They are more interested in accruing social status from the London bubble than they are at saving this country. And that is a reality about the Tory party. They've completely sold this country down the river.
Guys, if you're listening, following Christ is the only way we're going to get through this. Get on your knees, say thank you, believe the gospel, repent, build that relationship with him. He takes away anxiety, he takes away fear. You just have to ask and it will be granted. God bless you all, love you, goodbye.